Hey, good news for you, GN subs, YouTube family. It's Humberto coming at you from the West Side, Los Angeles. Hope you're doing well, having a great day. Got a lot of great news to unpack for you. And we're going to go through it point by point. Some real good stuff, some real good practical pointers for you that you can take advantage of right now with immigration. So, hey, let's get at it. All right, the first bit of good news, I-751 and I-829 receipts extended from 18 months to 24 months. That's great. So an I-751 petition is a marriage petition to remove the conditional resident status. This is where you have the green card for 2 years, and this is where you file to remove the condition, okay? So generally, when you file to remove the condition, what happens when your green card expires? What happens is you get a receipt, and that receipt says your green card then is extended for 18 months from the date of expiration. Same thing with the I-829. This is an investor EB-5 case. You get the receipt extended for 18 months. Well, the thing is, usually the adjudication of these two types of cases are taking well beyond 18 months. So what will happen is once the 18-month mark is up, you have to make an InfoPass appointment. You have to go down to immigration, tell them that your application is still pending, and then what they do is they would put an I-551 stamp in your passport so that you can travel. Well, now, since it's so difficult to get this appointment, it's great. You have a receipt that's good for 2 years. You can use that to travel instead of maybe having to go down to immigration to get these extended. Now, one thing that I do, here's a real tip on the I-751. So if you have a joint petition, you're still married, right? And that's pending for 18 months. Usually what I do is I provide them additional evidence with information from the last year and a half. I show them that we're still living together, joint bank accounts. You're gonna have filed a new tax return. So I provide them with the tax returns. If you have kids, another baby, give them the birth certificate. Provide them with the joint evidence, joint lease, health insurance, life insurance, car insurance. Get it updated, send a package in. Guess what might happen? That interview might be waived, folks. So, hey, that's a good tip. Good news on that I-751, I-829s. All right, another bit of good news. There was out of Nevada a senator who has proposed extension of 245I. That's fantastic. 245I traditionally is where you pay a penalty fee so you can get the green card in the U.S. as opposed to have to going outside of the U.S. to pick up your green card where problems can ensue, right? You can get stuck at the U.S. consulates abroad. You can get stuck in your home country. 245I was if you had an application that was filed by you or on your behalf. For example, if you were a minor when your parents filed, let's say, a labor certification, employment-based petition, you would be covered under 245I. If you're out of status, you could pay that penalty and get the green card. So Senator Catherine Cortez out of Nevada proposed Bill 1638 that would, in essence, extend 245I out 5 years from the date of enactment. So that would be substantial. That would be a lot of cases. Why would immigration do this? You might, ask yourself. It's a budgetary matter, right? They make a lot of money. Immigration, the filing fees pay for operations. And so if they extend this 245 out this substantially, a lot of money to the government. Hey, I think we may have a chance of getting that passed. All right, another bit of good news. Pathway to citizenship. I'm telling you, it's becoming real, right? It's becoming real. It's in the House right now, and what the House Democrats are doing is because they know they have enough votes in the House and in the Senate if they just get to an agreement. So there are congressmen from the House that are talking to the Dems to see exactly what they're going to put in the bill. We know one thing is for the dreamers, right? There's 700,000 dreamers. We know there has to be a pathway to a green card and ultimately citizenship. That's a no-brainer, right? Essential workers, I think it's gaining traction, right? We're looking at nurses. We're looking at grocery store workers. We're looking at farm workers, all of those workers who got us through this pandemic over the last year and a half. Got to show them some love. Give them a green card. I think they deserve it. Last but not least, TPS. For example, they just extended TPS for Haitians, right? Big earthquake in Haiti years ago. political turmoil in Haiti, those places where things are totally unstable, we allow them temporary protected status. They get a deferred status. They cannot be deported. They're looking at including TPS recipients also in the pathway to citizenship. So we'll see what happens. It's becoming real, though. I'm telling you, there's $107 billion carved out for that. Stay tuned. Alrighty, things are moving at the U.S. consulates. That's great news. They have just instituted a 4-tier priority system of cases, right? Priority 1, immediate relative adoption cases. Typically those where there's an age out provision, they're given those first priority, okay? Number 2, immediate relative petitions and fiancé spouse petitions. Those are given priority in tier 2. Tier number 3, family preference visas, right? 1st through 4. If you have a family case, they're trying to give those priority as well, which is good. There may be some numbers unused from the employment-based cases this fiscal year coming October. So we may see a big movement in the visa bulletin. So let's take a look at that, okay? And finally, the 4th tier, employment-based cases and diversity cases, all right? So they're gonna show them some love as well. So the consulates are starting to reopen, be fully operational. Let's see what happens. All right, finally, great news, for me, DACA, right? I am a DACA fan. I love the kids. They're doing great things. So there was the first DACA recipient in 2018 who won the Rhodes Scholar. Rhodes Scholar is a big deal, folks. You have to do incredible things in college to qualify for the Rhodes Scholarship and to be chosen to study at Oxford overseas, one of the most prestigious schools in the world. So in 2018, he wins the Rhodes Scholarship. So what he needed to do, he needed to travel, right? He needed the travel permit. Well, guess what? The Trump administration, this is when they put DACA on hold. He couldn't get it, so it's been deferred. Well, recently, he just got approved his advanced parole to go to Oxford University. Great news. He's going to do great things. And by the way, there's another individual who's the second Rhodes Scholar recently chosen. He's going to join up with his colleague. Hey, dreamers are doing good things. DACA, I love it. Hey, thanks so much for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like and subscribe. Also, just know that I have a great tool. It is in the most frequently asked questions. I have things broken up in family cases, B1, B2 cases. These are videos that can really help you. Go back to the library, check it out, watch them, all right? Give me a thumbs up, guys. Talk to you soon.